Alright guys, it's day 4 of the day trading boot camp. So like I said, we're going to be day trading this one strategy, 15-minute open range breakout every single morning. As you guys can see here, we are on day 4. So Friday was when we opened the accounts. We did these 3 days of trading. Missed out on this day, we could have made some money, but here's a new day. Same strategy guys. Here is the range top, the bottom, the open. We are still in the range. It's been currently an hour, almost 4 minutes to an hour that the market has opened. So a lot of consolidation here. So a lot of chop. We're gonna wait, guys. So basically, this is what the setup is gonna look like, and I'm gonna show you guys what happened yesterday because we did make some money, as you guys can see. We made $270, but we could have made a lot more if we just held on to the trade. But we also like trading with the trend, guys, and obviously the trend is up. So realistically, we want this to go to the upside. We wanted to break up to the outside. We don't really want to trade against the trend here. So even on the 5-minute, guys, we do see us holding above VWAP, above the EMA. So the A plus setup will be this for this to break to the upside, guys, because if this breaks below here, we're just basically fighting the trend. But that's a different strategy, guys, and but for right now, we're gonna be trading the 15-minute open range. But my other strategies I do trade, guys, is I do use these VWAPs and EMAs a lot. So but we're gonna kind of disregard that for now. But if I was trading my funded accounts, guys, I will probably not be taking this short if it went to the downside just because we're going against the trend. But yeah, guys, I mean, even on the 15-minute, guys, we could break below and then bounce down here. It would be a nice little move. But I mean, that's what we're going to be looking for either way if it breaks below. So this is going to be the short opportunity. This is going to be the long. So if it goes short, obviously we want our stops above. We do want to go for a 2-to-1 at least. Once it's at a 1-to-1, that's when we're going to move our stop loss to break even, to at least secure a 1-to-1 in case the market does want to reverse. But that's basically it right here, guys. This is the setup here, 2-to-1, 2-to-1. But yeah, and this is on the 15-minute, by the way, guys. So yeah, we are currently up $500 on this 50K. We need $3,000 profit, and we are trading also 100K account, you guys can see. So yeah, that's basically it, guys. That's basically what we have to wait for. It might be a choppy day. Now I'm gonna show you guys what happened yesterday, how we could have made a lot more money. So we're gonna go here to the 5-minute, but this was yesterday, guys. So we did trade this yesterday. We did make some money, as you guys can see here. But we went long here. I have this here because I said if this market goes back down and bounces off these VWAPs, we want to go long. But like I said, I'm only trading the 15-minute break. So we did trade it. We got long here. We went out. We got out here, took our profit. But as you guys can see, guys, if we left our stop loss at break even, we could have doubled what we made. So instead, we could have made like $600 yesterday. And obviously, this was after the market closed. But yeah, guys, we could have easily doubled our money because we traded it here. This is the 15-minute open right here. We did something like this. That was our trade. And obviously, we want to go for those 2-to-1s, guys. So we should have held, and we could have gone a lot more. We had 2 contracts, 200. Yeah, that would have been like a $500 move. But it is what it is today. We're going to see what we can do. Hopefully, we can get a nice move here. But as you guys can see, yeah, the market is pushing higher here. So I think the market might break out of this range here, but to the upside. As you guys can see, the market is at all-time highs. I think pretty sure we broke all-time highs yesterday, or even, no, a few days before that. But yeah, guys, I mean, the market's at all-time highs right now. Kind of hard to fight the trend. So if this breaks up to the upside, guys, we're going to go with it. And then we'll delete this. But as right now, we're going to delete this because it does look like this might play out. So we're just going to wait and see what happens. We do want to see, like I said, a full 5-minute closure here, guys. Obviously, if you were not paying attention, guys, you could have got faked out. Just see how on the 5-minute right here, it literally didn't close. It closed, but not a full candle. And if you were on the 1-minute, it closed. You see a full candle closure. You probably, you would have got faked out. You probably would have entered here or here. But I mean, you would have had your stop loss down here. You would have probably still been in the trade. So who knows, guys? But either way, we're gonna be patient. We want to see a full 5-minute body closure. So like, this would have been nice if we saw another follow up here and then a retrace. We would have got in. But and the guys, these EMAs and VWAPs are holding up. So yeah, this thing might shoot up. So the best place to get in is anywhere in these areas right here where the EMAs and the VWAPs are. Alright guys, so it looks like the market is gonna break here to the upside like we predicted. Kind of obvious, guys. The market is obviously going higher and on this massive bull run, so kind of hard to fight the trend here. But yeah, we're gonna see where this thing goes. It could reject from here because it did earlier, but yeah, there you go. This thing is pushing, so it's basically outside that range now. But we do want to see a full 5-minute closure, guys. See what happens. We still got 4 minutes into this, because it could do exactly what it did here, guys. It could literally go there and then spike back down, retrace. Ideally, guys, it looks like this would be the best A plus setup. Wait for this to retest these EMAs in the VWAP and then go higher, and having your stop below the range, 15-minute open range, and below the pre-market. But this thing is ripping. But yeah, I mean, the only thing we could do is just be patient, guys. We're gonna wait for this thing to close. We got 4 minutes still. See what happens. Alright guys, we got that 5-minute candle closure and it's still bullish here, so the market's going, but we don't want to enter here, guys. We need this thing to pull back into this somewhere down here. Well, this thing is about to rip. This market is so bullish. It's just about to hit all-time highs again, break all-time highs from yesterday. Alright guys, you guys can see the market's pushing here. We're not getting that little pullback that I want. This thing is just flying, but I'm gonna be patient, guys. I'm gonna wait here. I did tell myself if it breaks out of here, I'm gonna go long, but I've seen this happening way too many times where it drops all the way here and then shoots up. But I've also seen a lot of times where this thing just continues flying. Like honestly, like all week, to be honest, all week it's just been flying up. Look at this crazy push, man. Just gotta wait for that to happen. It might not even happen, but who knows? Sit here and watch. This thing is gonna probably just skyrocket like it is right now. All right, guys, I went long here. This thing looks like it's not gonna pull back. This thing's gonna push. It did like a little pullback and then just an aggressive move. And this thing, it's literally what it's been doing all week, guys. Small little pullbacks and then this crazy push. So I'm just gonna ride this. I'm gonna be super tight with my stop loss. But damn, I'm kind of bummed out how like we got in all the way up here when we could have easily got in all the way down here. But it is what it is. Hopefully this thing keeps pushing. I don't want to see no drawdown, man. But yeah, guys, the 15-minute open range was all the way down here. So I mean, it's crazy. We should have gotten in at this candle, but. Alright guys, I was just talking and I realized my mic was on mute, so darn it. But yeah, we're basically waiting for this to pull back here, guys. Either here or here. This is the top of the range, or the VWAP and the EMAs here, which is holding up pretty nicely. But the market is so bullish, guys, I swear I think it's gonna do what they every little small pullback is gonna be pop straight back up. Literally no opportunity to get in, no type of like, see you guys watch. She's gonna push higher. Like literally no opportunity, slowly grind up. Every little pop down is a pop back up right away. So but ideally, guys, the A plus setup is obviously hitting this thing, waiting for this thing to go to the top of the open range or anywhere in the open range. Obviously the VWAP on the 200 will be a good spot instead of all the way down here. So yeah, anywhere from here to here would be a good way to get in. Obviously, this is a pretty big stop loss. We don't really want 100 points. So as low as we can get this in. If we see wherever we see some type of bounce, some type of rejection, guys, like something like that. See how this it bounced, and then we see some consolidation, and then we see it break out of this bull flag. That's kind of what we want to see. We want this to sell off and basically see something like this here. We see something like this, and then a bull flag. We see it break out of the bull flag, and yeah, but obviously, look, the market just made another high, just made a little pop. So I think this thing is probably, if we're gonna get a sell-off, it's gonna be a big sell-off, because usually when the market grinds slowly like this, dude, it's because it's gonna go slow. It's gonna grind super slowly, and then the only opportunity we're gonna get is gonna just a big sell before it pops back up, guys. So you gotta be super on today. Today's gonna be pretty crazy. It's Thursday, so today and tomorrow should be a good day. So hopefully this thing drops somewhere down here, and then we can get in. But yeah, guys, I mean, if you have the balls to get in right at the break, guys, this is obviously the top of the range. You could have gotten in somewhere over here. It also in the 5 minute, it looked good. We just saw no opportunity, no type of pullback. As you guys can see, just straight up, no type of pullback. But if you broke it down to the 1 minute, you could have got in here. You could have. I was thinking of getting in right here, guys. Literally, after seeing this little pop up, I was like, all right, this thing's probably just gonna keep popping up like it's been doing. Like that's what we've been seeing, and this would have been a nice little trade, because that's would have been the stop loss pop here. We would have been break even out for a little bit, but obviously we'll still be in the trade right now. But you know, it is what it is. This thing's eventually gonna pull back, guys. Watch. All right, guys, you guys can see market did pull back here, like I said. So I'm just gonna still be patient, guys. Like I said, entry point is gonna be a VWAP here on the 5 minute and the 1 minute too. 1 minute VWAP looks nice. So we are busting up to 200 here on the 1 minute, but the 5 minute here, it looks like it's holding up a lot better. So we're gonna wait for this to come all the way down here. All right, guys, I'm going long here. I kind of like how this market's pushing forward here, back to the upside. So I'm gonna aim for these highs here. We did bounce on off the top of the range here, or not more than top of the range. We went in the range here, in the 15-minute orb range. I think I only want to go in one contract though, so I might get out of one here pretty quick. Stop loss below here, guys. $236 stop loss. Hopefully we can get a good push here. Alright, guys, we're getting that push that we're looking for. Market's going to be pretty volatile. I'm going to move my stop loss to break even here, guys. I don't want to hold on to these crazy volatile move trades, so I'm just putting my stop loss enough to cover fees here. So $6 here. I do kind of want to close. I kind of want to close one and then just hold the other with the original stop loss. But I think this is better, because if it pulls back here, guys, it's gonna pull back down here, which is gonna give me an opportunity to just get a better entry. Alright, guys, I'm moving my stop loss a little more, just to the bottom of this candle, this red candle. That's the last like retracement candle, so it's gonna put the stop loss right below there. But a nice little push here. But look, guys, this is literally what I'm talking about. This is the only strategy you guys need. We're gonna break this down back to the 5 minute, guys. I'm gonna show you guys. So I'm gonna show you what happened today, guys. All right, the 15-minute range, guys. All right, the 8:30 opening was right here. That's the bottom, and then the high, this top wick right here. Okay, you can see we broke above, we pulled back into the range, and like I said, guys, I like using the VWAP and the EMAs for trend confirmation, continuation, and support and resistance. All right, and you can see this VWAP and EMAs was acting as a nice support. So bounced off the EMAs here into the range, and then pushed back up to the upside. So we got kicked out of that trade there. It did pull back, but that's fine, guys, because now I think what this thing is gonna set up to do is this thing is either gonna break or continue bouncing off this trend here. If it breaks below That is a good setup where I would sell, but like I said, I'm not trading those setups on this account. I want to show you guys that the 15-minute open range is the only strategy you need. But this is one strategy. I'm just gonna explain it to you guys that I do trade, but I probably won't even take this trade because that's me fighting against the trend and fighting against VWAP on the 5-minute and the EMAs. But this is basically if the VWAP and the EMAs was on top and this thing was pulling back and we were below and we were in a downtrend and this pulled back to say the VWAP remains and it broke below, then yes, this would be a nice setup where I would sell. But obviously, we're basically fighting as a trend, so no, this would not be a valid setup. It's not a trade I will take, but that's how you have to know, guys, and that's what I'm telling you. These setups, people explain these setups, but you have to actually see the overall picture and see what the market is doing. So yeah, this is a trade setup that I would trade, but since we're fighting the trend, it's not valid for me. So we're gonna just sit here and watch, but it can also watch, guys. If it breaks here, it can also just continue going down and turn out to be a good trade. But I don't like trading against a trend, especially against the VWAP EMAs when they've been being respected basically all week, consistently all day too. So only way I'm gonna start looking for sales is if we break below these levels, below this level too. So we'll see what happens here. But and check that out, guys. Literally that setup worked out perfectly. Break down to the downside, but like I said, I wouldn't have traded that setup just because I'm fighting against a trend. But I do like trading this setup where you see price break this short trend. So yeah, pretty volatile here now, but we'll see where the market goes. Not sure, but we could go to the bottom of the range and then bounce. So but yeah, beautiful setup, guys. That would have been a nice trade that I would have taken into account. You know, you want to have, when you're trading these platforms, guys, you want to have multiple accounts for multiple strategies. One for just trading the 15-minute orb, one for trading these breakout strategies, and then maybe one for, you know, scalping or whatever. But this is one I would have taken on my other account, and this would have worked out perfectly. Perfect trade right there. But we're going to continue to watch this, guys. I think the setup for me for this account, like I said, we're still trading this 15-minute orb trend strategy. So we're gonna retest this 200 EMA here pretty short. But if we start retesting this or this level and we see a bounce here on the 1 minute back to the upside, I'm gonna go long. Look at that, guys. Yeah, that turned out to be a banger trade. This is a trade setup that I also trade all the time. But guys, I'm only trading showing you guys this 15-minute orb strategy, and just but yeah, guys, look, that turned out to be a banger trade if we took the short. But I'm only trading the 15-minute orb. But if you guys are interested in learning every single strategy, how I trade the markets, guys, not just a 15-minute open range strategy, because I have like 3 to 4 different strategies, guys, and this is one of them. And look at that, the market is literally going with this. But yeah, I'm gonna be opening up some mentorships, guys, private mentorships with like no more than like 50 students in the call, so I can really help you guys out and trade with you guys live and answer so many different questions and show you guys results like this. Because I would have easily taken this trade. I was literally calling it out and letting you guys know. But like I said, I'm only trading the 15-minute open range on this account, guys, to show you guys that it's a profitable strategy. But looks like the market completely dumped, and look, now we're closing below that 15-minute open range. But yeah, this trade right here, banger trade. I should have just taken it on this account, you know, but it is what it is. But look at that, now we're closing below. And I did say, guys, the only way I will start taking shorts is if we close below this level, and we are now below that level. So the market might flip here. We're going to see what happens. If we're going to go short, we want to wait for a pullback into the 15-minute open range, seeing some rejection against the VWAP or EMAs, and then continue going lower. So we'll see what happens here. But I mean, this is a pretty big range, guys, and we're literally playing in it. So 140-point range literally just happened within like 10 minutes. So we'll see where the market goes. If we're going to wait for a retracement, guys, it's here, VWAP 5 minute. So that's a really big retracement, guys. So 60 points. We'll see what happens. I do want to go for a run, but I'm going to wait now. As you guys can see, the market completely flipped. So yeah, today kind of a terrible day for the 15-minute open range here. As you guys can see, it broke out here, but kind of no resistance. I mean, no pullback. As you guys can see, we do try to go long. That's why we're up $13, but we basically broke even. But it broke out, kind of no pullback, and then you could have tried to pull gone in here like I said. You kind of want to wait for it to pull back into the 15-minute range after broken out, and also use these EMAs or VWAP. And it did a little bounce off this, so we went long here as well, but broke even, and the market completely flipped. I did point out this one trade that I said that works, but we didn't take the trade for many reasons. And you guys can see the market completely flipped. It's still in that trade, guys. If we would have taken that trade, 400-point move. But basically, guys, you guys can see that you could have still played the 15-minute open range here, guys. Market completely flipped, but this time closed below the range, and it did a little pullback, not quite right to the bottom of the range, but close enough where I think you guys would have been able to tell that the market was going to continue going lower. It was literally rejecting off these EMAs. You guys can see broke below even the bottom of here, and then continued going lower. Literally another 100 points, I think, even from there. Yeah, 150, 160 points from there, guys. So yeah, market's super volatile right now. Massive drop from here, almost 400 points. So market's gonna probably rebound here, but I don't think I'm going to trade this account here anymore for today, guys. But yeah, super wild day today. So we're going to try to stay away from it, from trading this account. I'm going to be trading my other accounts, but I'm only going to be documenting this one strategy, guys. I'm going to be showing you guys the 15-minute open range is profitable and works, and we actually might take the trade. This actually, if it pulls back all the way up here to the top or the bottom of the 15-minute open range, and I start seeing some type of rejection, I will sell. But for right now, I don't think it might happen, but you know, anything can happen, so we'll see what happens. Alright, guys, so the market is rebouncing here. You guys can see this platform is freezing up right now. So this is my first time trading on Tracy, and the reason why I started with this other prop firm is because I wanted to test it out. And the accounts are super cheap because there is an activation fee. And I like using Lucid Trading. It's the only trading prop firm that I use. And I don't want to use Tracy on Lucid because I want to test it out. And they don't offer accounts where they're super cheap, and because there's no activation fee. They all have no activation fee. I started this one, and honestly, the prop firm is pretty good, guys. I'm going to show you the prop firm. It's literally Blue Sky. This is a prop firm, Blue Sky. I got this account, 50 launch. I got it for super cheap, like $30, and then I also got the 100 for super cheap too. And I'm basically realizing is when the market moves really quick, this platform freezes up. So not ideal, because I'm on TradingView here, trading my Lucid accounts, and it hasn't frozen up. Price action is looking really good, but here on Tracy, it freezes up and it lags. So yeah, something to keep in mind, guys. So you guys, pretty wild day, guys. You guys can see I said the market probably wasn't going to go back to the bottom of the VWAP range, but it did. Market is absolutely wild. So if it does sell off here, guys, I'm going to go for a short. So basically I wanted to sell it and also maybe even break below this level, guys. So earlier, guys, I also called out this trade here that I said that the only reason why I'm not taking this trade is because we are not following the trend. If we were below VWAP like how we are now and we saw this, I would have taken the sell. And look how we missed out, guys. So I'm going to be playing the video, guys. This is a crazy boot camp. I'm telling you guys, I'm going to be recording the whole process. And I'm telling you guys, when it comes to trading, I think trading live or having an actual mentor or coach and trading live with them is literally the best way to learn and become profitable. The fastest way. You can do it on yourself. You can do it with friends, and you can do it finding and figuring out. But I think the fastest way is to trade with a profitable trader, because you're going to be able to see this stuff live and see what they're thinking, and you're going to be able to pick their brain, and you're going to understand all that stuff. So basically, this can literally play out here, and I'll feel more comfortable taking this trade. And guys, this is something about trading too, where we can literally the same setup might even play out right now, like right here, and I'm gonna take it because now it's following my rules where we're following the trend. And the thing is, with this, it can literally not play out when here it played out. And see how like all the confluences meet here, but they didn't all meet here, but it worked out here and it didn't work out here. That's literally what trading is, guys. You're gonna see kind of crazy. But look, guys, we're about to break below this level here, so we might take this trade here because it's respecting and following all our confluences, all our rules for our strategy. Pull back to the 15-minute range, following the trend, and see if we can go back to these lows. And this would be a nice risk to reward, guys. So if we go below here, I did say I wanted to break below here, but I think if we do break below this level, guys, we might get a good trade. So say we do break below and we have our stop loss here, this is a really good risk to reward trade, guys. I will aim for these lows. This is a 3-to-1, 3.6 to 1. So let's see how this plays out. I think it's safer to say that if it breaks below here, it's better to hop in to sell, but we'll see. Or actually below here. But this can easily continue bouncing. But yeah, this is going to be the next setup, guys, for this account here. Let's hopefully it works out. It's almost 2 o'clock, so we have like about an hour and a half for the market to be open. So power hours in about 15 minutes. So let's see what happens. All right, guys, we're going to go short here. We're going to do one contract. As you guys can see, this platform is a little slow. It is laggy. So see how I entered and it didn't like show up right away? Yeah, that's not how Tradeovate is over here. So alright, guys, we're getting that little push here. So market is volatile, so we're gonna move my stop loss or break even. We're gonna delete this because I hate seeing that thing. We're gonna delete this because I just hate seeing things when we're in trades. So I think I kind of want to move my stop loss to break even now, just because this market is super volatile. So we're gonna break even at least. You know, breaking even, there's like a $3 fee per trade. So, but this is a nice trade, guys. Hopefully the market tanks from here. If it doesn't, it is what it is. But yeah, nice little. I'm gonna move my stop loss a little more. But yeah, guys, see, literally, this is why I'm gonna start doing this, guys. When I'm like I said, I'm recording every single trade that I take. But this was a beautiful setup. Told you this literally played out exactly how it played out. But the reason I didn't take this trade is because we're not following the trend. And here we are, guys. We are literally trading below the VWAP and the EMAs. Here we weren't. So. But this one literally turned out to be a really good trade. Look how this massive trade. We literally missed out a huge like 400 point move. And this can be another big move. Hopefully we don't get wicked out here. Alright, we didn't get the follow through that we wanted there, guys. But this thing could still be valid. This thing might still drop here. I'm gonna get ready here to drop maybe another one contract or two. Market is pretty volatile, so I'll probably only do one contract, but we'll see here. As you guys can see, we're up pretty good here. We're gonna see here what the market does, guys. If I see an aggressive sell, I'm gonna probably happen to sell, but I'm gonna be here getting ready to lock and load. Alright, guys, I went short here. The market does look like it wants to continue going lower, so I went short here, small little trade. I don't want to miss out on this opportunity, so we're gonna have our stop loss at this high. Pretty big stop loss, but we're gonna actually drop it down a little. But yeah, that's gonna be the trade, guys. If it pulls back a little and I see that it fall even more after the pullback, then I might drop another contract. But for right now, we're gonna play around with this one. Alright, guys, we're getting that follow through. We might, since the market is super volatile, guys, I'm gonna be moving my stop loss to break even pretty soon here, at least. So just on top of this wick, we're gonna move it down just a little bit more. Just on top of this wick, above the 90 EMAs. You guys can see the 90 EMAs holding up, guys. 90 EMA has been holding up very well on the 1 minute. And that was the 30 seconds. So let's see, guys. I really do like this platform, like how it's basically trading view, but I don't like that it's slow, it's laggy, and sometimes it glitches out when you see a super big like 30-40 point move. So but so far I do like it, but we're gonna see here. But you guys can see from like even today, look at this 90 EMA holding up pretty nice here. You see nice here, nice moves here. So we're gonna just keep holding on to this. All right, we're getting that big push, guys, big move. We're gonna move this down a little. We want to, you know, secure profits when we can. We also don't want to miss out on a big move, so. But yeah, see guys, literally same thing that happened earlier. This happened right over here. Huge move down. Hopefully, well, I'm hoping we get the same move, guys, but. All right, we're not getting that follow through. Come on. Alright guys, I am going to move my stop loss just a little bit more, just on top of the 21 EMA, which is the yellow line right here, as you guys can see, just because it has been holding up pretty good. So I'm going to do just a little bit more. I want to make sure I'm securing some profits here, so we're just going to keep it there. Alright guys, I'm going to move it down just a little bit more here. Looks like it's going to pop up, so it should retest here. Alright guys, we got stopped out there. We'll see what the market does here. We got this power hour. We got an hour left, so the market could move, or we could just call it a day. Who knows? We'll see. If I see an aggressive push down, guys, I'm gonna happen to sell. But I want to see these EMAs and VWAP be respected. So pretty much, yeah, probably want to see something like this. Make sure it doesn't pop above this bull flag. If it can hold down here, if it can hold this level, this 15. The bottom of the 15 open range, then we could see a nice move to the downside. But market super volatile today. I will not be surprised if this thing shoots up, pops above this flag, and goes all the way back to the top of the range and even close above, guys. I literally would not be surprised if that happens. I would not be surprised.